Welcome to the first live stream of the Barossa Light and Gawler 2022 Premiership season. Here we are, the lovely Williamstown Oval for round one. Barossa District hosting Kapunda. What should be a pretty tight game of teams that are going to be probably in the bottom half of the ladder, but hoping to really improve. A lot of youth movement going on at both clubs. Yes, and going to be a really interesting start to the season for these two clubs. Both teams in different trajectories. Kapunda probably now following Barossa and switching to a bit of a youth movement. Barossa had a really tough year last year with playing all kids. Got smashed smokes weeks, but showed a lot of spirit, fought hard. They've added a few senior bodies this year and will be an interesting combination. And Kapunda, still a few veteran stars in their team, but a lot of kids coming through the ranks. I'm going to be joined later by Craig Dorr, one of the former coaches of the BLG, currently coaching in the Adelaide Plains. He's got a few weeks off, so he'll be with us for rounds 1 and 2. And we're also joined this year by a really exciting new sponsor, Ray White Craigmore, your premiership team for real estate through the northern suburbs. But they will sell houses anywhere. Really great family-owned business. Joe and the team. Definitely get behind them. They love their community sport and get right behind local football. As you can see in the reserves game here at Williamstown, Barossa District actually, surprisingly, 11 goal 19, smashing Kapunda 6 goal 3. Huge turnaround from last year where the Bulldogs rarely scored more than 1 or 2 goals and were only winners of 2 games. That was against the Freeling, who were even worse than they were. But a really exciting start for the Bulldogs. So if you stick around, we'll be here for the opening bounce of the 2022 season at 2:20.
Well, that was you, was it, that time? I remember. Where am I going?
1 minute.
Righto boys, in we come! Bombers, in we come!
Past the grey doors?
Yeah, inmost doors.
Inmost doors?
And then to the left of it.
You did do young fella? How are you, Michael?
I'm good, how are you?
So you want a flag?
Yep.
I went for lunch at the SA Country Kitchen.
Yep.
I went further up the road, see the slabs now.
Yeah, it's looking good so far.
What's that thing over the road, housing?
That's the housing development.
First of all, I thought, geez, it's got a big ground, then I realised it wasn't
No,
yours.
that's a housing development over there, which has saved us $250,000 because Carl Linder started that and he promised that he would put the power and water under the road for us. Otherwise we would have had to pay $250,000 to get those. But at this stage, the cost has blown out nearly $250,000. That's part of our business plan.
Down here, move.
Do you reckon he needs a hand?
Message from Luke, might have to make Joe's logo bigger.
Fuck off. When you're ready, I've gone to the scoreboard. Not going to go with the logo. Now I'm putting back into the
Is this a cover photo? Oh yeah, good.
Welcome back to Williamstown Oval for round one of the BLG 2022 season. Williamstown Oval, Barossa District hosting Kapunda. Should be a really interesting first crack between these two teams. Barossa District coming off a second to bottom finish last year. Kapunda finished just outside the 4, but both looking to really develop some new depth with a lot of kids playing, and COVID has decimated both clubs, so we've got a lot of young players playing their first games today. A couple of exciting options for Barossa. Brendan Dew coming in, former Central Districts League footballer, an elite junior player. He's going to add some real pace and class to their midfield. The Bombers have got a lot of kids coming in. That's the big key for Kapunda, it's a youth movement. We're going to see a lot of young talent coming through. They're going to really consolidate on their depth, looking for when it's their time to really have a crack. So looking for a young, fast Kapunda side today, taking on a Barossa team that's picked up a couple more big bodies with the return of the likes of Darren Shillabeer, the imposing forward. They've got some big bodies already, good strong bodies around the footy, and the Trainer brothers. Bray McConnell down back is going to be another big factor for them. A truly good defender. Lee Rizzick still in the side, a lot of experience there. It's going to be a fascinating clash. You're lucky to have us for round one. I think this could be a really good game to start the season. Both teams are just getting through their final warm-ups now. But yes, as I said, COVID has really started to make an impact on the season so far. Not so much players having COVID itself, but being deemed close contacts. So we're going to see a lot of players in and out of teams all year. It's going to be a massive amount of player movement and a lot of different names coming in on a weekly basis. For example, we've got the likes of veteran Brad Williams on the bench for Kapunda today. But with COVID coming through, there's going to be the umpires. I know I've got a lot of numbers out. Hudson Nowak, who was already out with injury for the first couple of weeks of the season, has been deemed a close contact. He was going to be joining us in commentary. So, Hudson, take it easy. I know you're stuck at home, and I don't blame you for leaving me in the lurch. As we welcome to the commentary point, one of the doyens of local football, Craig Dorr.
Teagues, how are you, buddy?
I'm fantastic.
2022, mate. Beautiful. What do we expect today, Teagues? What do we expect today,
I'm
mate?
expecting a lot of speed from Kapunda. A lot of young players in the team. Bunch of first gamers coming in.
Same. Both sides probably looking to play finals footy this year. We'll push for that.
Well, Barossa, I think, are going to move up the ladder a place or two. They've got some big bodies coming back in.
Yep.
The likes of Shillabeer I've already mentioned.
Yep.
Still got Lee Rizzick. As we see Barossa straight away clearance out of the middle, going deep forward. Looking for a target, just dropped there. Spins around on the right. And Kapunda player, his legs taken out there.
Maxie Neville.
Maxie Neville, really important cog in this team.
One of the leaders of the Kapunda Footy Club.
He's one of those hard nut footballers every team needs to have. Comes out wide towards the commentary position. Little handball inside. And a beautiful tackle there. Absolutely brilliant tackle.
Joey
That's
Brown.
Joey Brown, another big return for the Bombers. Comes in as an assistant coach, returning with some league football experience. Been away for a little while. But he's going to add a lot of class and zip around the contest. Here he is for that back handball and quick kick. Gets the ball forward. Strong mark to the Bombers. We'll see a little bit of movement here with Ari Rigney, a new player into the side coming from Central Districts. Played a little bit of league footy. He's going to add some dash and zip through the middle.
Even played, I reckon, a season at Hambury Bridge last year against us. So inside mid, very crafty.
Yes, and looks like he's really well balanced through the hips from what I saw just there.
Yeah, he is. He's a good inside mid. Gets a lot of the footy inside. Carries the footy too.
And what are you expecting from this game, Craig?
I'm looking to actually, as a bit of a spectator, just to have a look at these two sides. They've sort of looked at, as the ball goes out of bounds on the other side wing, is really they've got, Kapunda and Barossa, the unknowns. Like we've all known that what's been up in the Barossa, what's been going on there. So I'm sort of to come and have a look at, really, it'll be a fast game, there's no doubt.
That's right. But no, you can't spectate. I'm going to need you. was bad enough for those first couple minutes when you were getting out the shower from your umpiring of the B grade.
Yes, what a superb job that was.
You were actually quite good. I couldn't abuse you at all. I was really disappointed.
Thanks,
I feel
Steve.
cheated.
Good tackle there.
Heavy tackle. Ball flicked out now. Kapunda, quick boot forward. That bounce favours no one. Barossa able to keep it in, but it was a throw. Kapunda looking to move the ball on now. Callum Brown, a really important defender, important cog across halfback for the Bombers.
Yeah, I think he's playing a bit across the centre half forward, I can see. Look, he's that lead up coming
Yes.
out of defence. He's that lead up target.
He's got the length for it, and he's got beautiful hands.
Absolutely.
So we see Brad Valentine, the veteran, sending the ball forward. I think one of the important things for Kapunda is they have the luxury of having two genuine big ruckmen.
Yes, they do.
They've got the big experienced body in Aaron Whistler, and young Rosenzweig, I think, has huge potential.
Okay. Yeah, Whistles is just that unknown X factor. Like Whistles is just he's just out there.
He's got the ability to turn a contest. We saw it several times last year where he just took the game by the throat, and Kapunda won games that we didn't expect them to as a result.
He's a seriously big unit. You stand next to him and he's a man monster.
I get intimidated next to him at the bar. I wouldn't want to be jumping into him. He's got a look in his eye. I wouldn't want to make him angry. As we see the ball being bowled up at Kapunda's half forward by umpire Mark Fitzner. Cleared forward. Just a bit of hacking at the moment.
Both sides just feeling each other at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just between the 50-metre arcs here, defending, tackling well.
But they're also teams with no real identity. There's no real big structure for either team. There's going to be a lot of players that can play multiple roles. There's no set. That's our big forward. That's our key defender. There's a lot of versatility in both sides. We see a ball comes through the middle now. Beautiful for Shillabir. He drives the ball way deep. Barossa player able to push his opponent under the ball, but unfortunately couldn't get back onto it.
And that last possession rule, boys. So obviously he kicked it over the back of the head. So Kapunda can rebound here now and try to set something up. Kicking into probably, I would say, 2 to 3 goal breeze after the.
They're going down the defensive side. And a beautiful mark taken by Barossa. That ball's going to be pumped straight back in. Shillabir now making his lead.
He's a very important inclusion for Barossa. It gives him a vocal point at full forward. Old Shillabir. He come from Crystal Brook, didn't he?
Yes.
Played there the last 2 years, Teagues.
Yes, and it's played up in the Northern Territory as well.
Yep.
Seriously big unit.
He is. And a notable goal kicker.
Ball up about 20 metres out. Whistler with a clean tap. Kapunda kick out smothered. Really big tackle there. And holding the ball. Very quick call from umpire Ryan Prentice there. You had a perfect view. What did you think of that?
I think, it just dropped. Unfortunately, it was a good tackle.
Yes.
He tried to get rid of it, but the tackle actually forced the ball. Yeah, I think it was a good call.
That's what we like to see rewarded. Effort for a clean tackle.
So Lachlan Young now for the first goal of the game here. And
He's put that straight over the goal umpire's head. Lachlan Young, another of the Bulldogs' young brigade, literally.
Yeah.
As we see the first goal of the game on the Craig White, the Birds Barossa scoreboard. And Craig White, of course, our time clock sponsor. That first goal comes nearly 7 minutes into the first quarter. Courtesy of Ray White Craigmore, your premiership team in real estate through the northern suburbs. Your mate Joe Cirillo.
What a classic he is.
He is a fantastic fella and no one I'd rather buy a house from.
Whistles, gets his hands to the footy again the second time, but the Kapunda can't take it. So
Barossa driving the ball forward, but Kapunda defensively setting up beautifully. Coming forward, but another strong mark for Barossa through the middle of the ground.
They pump it in long, looking for Shillabir. Shillabir flies up, takes the mark. Didn't take the mark,
spilled it in the end. Really strong tackle. Great defensive pressure from the Barossa forwards. And the umpire's willing to reward defenders the forwards for putting that pressure on.
Forward frontal pressure. Crucial in this day and age of footy is when you get it in your forward half, you've got to lock it in your front half, and that forward pressure is sensational. This is Young again, mate, for his second one.
Yeah.
So his second holding the ball too. So really good. Let's see if he can kick this one, Teagues. A bit of a floater, drifts from right to left, and that's one behind, so Kapunda will kick that in. Barossa set up their defensive zone. Whether what they go there, look like they're going a 4-4. Bit of a zone here, allowing 3 with that sort of that rule now. You can give up the front one.
Here we go.
Yeah,
He plays
Fraser.
on from defence. That massive left foot on Fraser. But another strong mark for Barossa in the middle of the ground. Kapunda wasting some opportunities coming out of defence. Especially when you're hitting players like Jake Tobin in the middle of the ground who took a strong contested mark. And he's just driving the ball deep, not trying to do anything cute. Just putting the Kapunda defence under more pressure.
That's that 30 or 40 metre kick that you can't afford to coming out of defence, especially with a bit of a breeze, because it sits up and defenders can actually defend that, and they can come off their man because there's a bit of air time. So it's probably the shorter one, lower the eyes at 10 and that 15-20 metre kick changing the lane. So we'll see what happens, see if they adjust. Yep. So Fraser Evans now, he's got the ball here. It's up Maxi Neville now on the half-back flank. Has a look out towards the outer side here, looking for...
Dangerous kick, but finds his target.
It's young Leon Opitz now back to Maxi Neville. They're trying to get something going here, so the big kick and hope.
Trying to weave their way through, but another strong mark there for Barossa. That's a beautiful take overhead from young Brady Griffiths. Now he's lowered the eyes, but just overcooked. Just missed his target.
Just that little bit here. See the defensive structure of Barossa here.
Really pushing
Yes.
those short kicks out wide. They won't let them have that kick in the inside.
See, once again, just a long kick down the line. Really
Oh,
nothing.
and
That's his
another
third.
beautiful... Griffiths is really owning the middle of the ground at the moment.
Oh.
Dangerous kick into the midfield. And a free kick paid there. Kapunda now a chance to really go forward for a rare opportunity.
Joey Brown on the link here, looking to the outer side.
Gone wide, was dumped after he kicked it. Mark taken on the outer side. Going deep for the Bombers. Now the ball being thrown about there on the flank. Goes over the boundary line. Will be a throw-in.
Barossa really set up defensively really well in this ground.
Yes, they do. And even though last year they were getting killed, it was one of the things they did very well. They didn't allow a lot of easy shots. We'll have another boundary throw-in on the outer side. The defensive side of the field, traditionally, isn't it, Craig?
It is, especially out here at Williamstown. Beautiful day here.
It
I've
is.
had some shockers here as a player and as a coach also.
Yes. It's a beautiful place right in the heart of winter. And another deep throw-in, but that was well off target, so we'll have another throw-in, a repeat.
Club boundary umpire, unfortunately, with the absentees of a lot of umpires this day.
Yes,
Panel for the first
we've talked
round.
about COVID really hitting the umpires' ranks as well as the clubs. But that was a better throw-in, and now we've got a pile on. Barossa looking to make all the play here. They really are looking sharper than Kapunda at the contest.
Yeah, they're just getting their hands on the footy in that contested ball, at ground ball as well. So it's as important there. So Whistles now taps that ball. A little bit of a scrimmage hanging on there. It was Watson, Ryan Watson now. He's got the ball hanging on. He's looking. There's a lot of room up forward, but now at least he gets the footy now. He goes to Shillaby. That's a great kick. Hits Shillaby. Shillaby's got space. Kapunda have got numbers back inside their defensive 50 really quickly. They got 3 or 4 numbers there. Shillaby just biding his time, waiting for the right option. He sees something, play on now, and he kicks long. Kicks into the defensive 50, and no.
I think that was a bit of a waste. Clearly had the length in him. He could have had a shot on goal.
Yeah, Kapunda did really well defensively, running back to support their back six, and just had weight of numbers in that back six. Made it hard, but sort of just use the 50-metre arc as your best friend at that stage.
Yes,
and
both
look for-
teams are really showing us that bottom half of the ladder mentality of really working hard in defence. It's the lack of finishing at the other end that's really hurting them.
Yeah. So Maxie Neville's had plenty of it now. He's
Ooh,
in tight.
hard
there.
tackle there. Slightly over the shoulder, but umpire was blindsided. So we'll have a ball up almost directly in front of the commentary position. Joey Brown just couldn't quite get to that ball. Just knocked over the boundary. I'd like to mention our cameraman again, Sam Furler from 180 Creations, giving us these superb pictures again. He's a guru, does it all perfectly, complains only mildly off air.
Better each year, isn't he?
Well,
Sensational setup.
we would like him to. He's really looking at me like he wants to kill me now. But we do love his work as Whistles gets a big tap there.
Whistles got him good too.
Yes, and that's really important for Barossa, as Griffiths has been a huge factor.
I reckon he got a corky, I reckon.
That's going to hurt the Dogs because he's
Yeah.
taken 3 marks through the middle of the ground.
He has. Oh, he's going again.
And I don't see another ruck option for the Dogs.
I'm going to keep an eye on this, Teagues.
He's just had the ball fall in his hands. He's quick handball. I'm quite liking the look of him so far.
I do. I think I'll just keep an eye on him, mate. I will. Well, you keep going with the game there, brother, and I'll just...
Okay, we've got a boundary throw in about just outside the Bulldogs' 50-metre arc. Nice deep throw. Whistler and the Barossa District Ruckman had no chance of getting to that. Ball hacked forward and another mark taken in defence by the Bombers. Fraser Evans now. Let's see where he goes. If he looks for a short chip or goes deep. Without Griffiths in the middle, it could be a good time to go deep. And he does exactly that. But unfortunately, finding a Barossa player again. With Jake Tobin cutting that off. He's had several marks as well. The work rate of the Barossa players through the midfield has been excellent.
Griffiths getting a bit of attention to the trainer. Doesn't look too serious. I reckon it could be a corky, Teagues.
Could be a corky. Could have just been the plums.
Could have
As
been the
Evans
plums.
goes across goal, finds Brown. Brown pushing hard back into defence, really showing a leadership role. Another mark for the Bombers. Callum Brown coming out of defence. Dishes off to Evans on that lethal left foot. Little chip kick into the middle there. And a good attempted smother there from the Dogs. Puts Kapunda under pressure now. They've got some run on the outer wing.
Young Aiden Mudge.
Aiden Mudge,
He's
really
not gonna
impressive young footballer. I loved his work last year because it bounced, drives the ball deep, and has just missed. But a really good attacking effort from Mudge there. That's what Kapunda need to break the shackles.
It's really the first time they've gone inside 50 with a bit of purpose rather than
Yes,
carry.
it was beautiful. And players like Mudge need to provide that. Otherwise, Kapunda will have no identity going forward. Some really good mark taken there.
By Harry Watke.
Harry Watke, another young player that we really liked the look of last year. He's got so much potential.
Yeah, 2 lads that come up from the Colts and performing well now. Both probably playing on their wing mid positions and using their pace, using their skill.
Just a bit of courage as well. Kids have no fear. They don't worry about possibly making a mistake.
Big fly in the goal square. Quite cut mark. They're exiting now.
Ball comes down to Barossa Districts. That handball is a little astray. Comes up and Kapunda with the ball now. Hacked forward, but touched on the line there. Brad Valentine unable to get 2 hands to it. Kapunda starting to show a bit more intent now. Now, traditionally, this ground, is it better to build a lead, or are you a chance to keep it close all day, or is it a ground that you have to defend on once you get a lead?
Oh, I don't think so. I think you can attack, especially through the middle of the ground, the corridor to here. The high risk, high reward area Teagues is crucial.
Yes.
Because kick in there and kick in the forward, you've got to connect with your forward 50.
It's a short ground, and if you can maximise on that long direct kick, which neither team's been able to do so far as we've got a ball up in front of the Barossa District's bench. Griffith's not sighted again yet, so we'll
No.
see another makeshift ruck effort from the Dogs.
This is going to be important because the Whistles will just exploit this.
Whistles took that ball out of the ruck and just a quick handball off. Hands out. And Kapunda unable to get a clean kick away. So a lot of scrambling at the moment. Ball goes out in the forward pocket, about 35, 40 metres around from the Kapunda goal. Kapunda starting to put all the pressure on now. The score currently 1 goal to 2 points.
Correct.
In Kapunda's favour on the Burge Barossa scoreboard. Rigney just caught under the ball there. That quick hat kick inside favours no one. And Griffiths with a beautiful pick up and turn for a big man. That handball out, sets Shillabeer up. Shillabeer just wheels and bangs the ball. He's got a player all on his own. That was really poor defending from the Bombers. And you've got a player who breaks 40 metres clear into the goal square.
Yeah, I mean, you see that more often. Like, obviously, sides are trying to press up, trying to, that press that you see. But it does at this level. If someone or one or two out of these connections, it's easily over the back tees, as we saw there, mate.
Yes, and Jared Trainer, one of the class players for the Bulldogs, puts it through their second goal of the day. Takes scored a 2-goal-2, playing Kapunda 2 points on the Burge Barossa scoreboard. That score coming nearly 19 minutes in on the Ray White Craigmore time clock. Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team in real estate through the northern suburbs.
So 20 gone, 2-2 to 2 points.
Tight first quarter. No real freedom of movement for either team. As we're seeing some players starting to come to the bench now. Just first game soreness starting to hit in. Trial games are never the same, are they?
They're not. They're definitely not, because it just goes up at another level. You can see Griffiths back out in the middle now, so obviously that might have been a knock to the plums there, Teagues.
It does happen from time to time. And Barossa with the ball across their half-back line, looking to move it on now.
25 approaching the zone, what they call.
That's going to really hurt as
25, 50.
Shillabeer taking the ball back now.
No, he shouldn't have it.
No, that makes no sense to me. That's dumb football from Shillabeer. He should have kicked the ball back to him and then made position in the forward line. As it is, he's played himself out of the contest.
Kapunda deep in defence, trying to work a little
Just
bit.
that handball back in, really smart there. Didn't want the last possession rule to hurt them.
It will set up your defensive structure, obviously, that last touch, last possession. You've got to be really crucial with your foot skills,
Yes.
exiting your defensive 50, otherwise it's a free shot on goal for the boys, I reckon.
A shallow throw in, deep in the pocket.
Keeps it in.
Kapunda with the handball back. Rigney with the kick now, clearing the 50. Barossa player got his hands to the ball but unable to bring it down. Kapunda clearing it now out to the outer wing. And we'll have a ball in directly opposite our commentary position on the outer wing here at Williamstown Oval.
So you can see they set up. Kapunda got a lot of numbers. They got the full 18 behind the ground, behind. So they're just sort of setting up, picking off here, picking off. So they're just calculated.
Beautiful marking there in the middle of the ground there. Trainer really starting to come into the contest. Wheels around towards, actually, handballs back. That's a nice kick going deep. Two Barossa players flying.
Maxi
Neither
Neville.
could bring it down. Maxi Neville with a great defensive effort. I'm looking forward to seeing what Eric Kells can do with the Bulldogs. He's got a lot of experience at a reasonably high level.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to bring a lot of knowledge and a lot of passion to the Bulldogs.
He was a gun footballer, full forward at Goody Saints too. In my time at
I know
Salisbury
a lot
North.
of clubs that tried to recruit him.
Yes. He's good
But
man.
he was very loyal to the Saints, and that's something we do like to see in footballers. It shows a lot of character.
He's a good man too. He's a good man, Eric Kells. And I wish him all the best for the coming season.
I'm sure he could have made a lot of money chasing coin if he was one of those players, but He's clearly a man with principles. As the Bulldogs go forward now, and Griffiths, who's been the most impressive player on the field so far, that little kick over really made his forward stretch for it. Bounces through. Kapunda just diving on that Barossa player, not letting the ball out. So we'll have a ball up about 40 metres from the Barossa District's goal. Kapunda with that tap back. Barossa just trying to get the ball through. He's tackled low, but it's paid for holding the ball. I thought it might have been a low
Patient
legging.
kick. Bell, new addition to the Kapunda footy club.
Played last year for the Bombers
Oh, did he?
and was really solid. He was
Yes.
one of their better players for the year. That ball not really finding anyone, so Watson able to handball to a teammate who drives the ball forward and straight to a defender.
Brendan Dew.
First time we've really spotted him. And Barossa forward being held onto there. Shillabeard gives his opponent a bit of a shove, but he's going to go back for his first clean shot on goal.
There's no doubt Shillabeer will let the umpire know he was getting hang on to too.
Okay,
As
that's
he-
a little bit of inside information from one of the green maggots. Now, we have to change our vernacular because you've changed uniforms this year, gone to the green,
Yes, they've done a good job.
and now the blue shirts for the young learning umpires, so crowds need to be aware of that. And it's a beautiful kick there from Shillabeer, and that's his first major of the game and the season. That takes the Bulldogs to 3-2, playing Kapunda 2 points only on the Burgewine scoreboard. 23 minutes, nearly 24 minutes gone in the first quarter on the Ray White Craigmore clock. And of course, every goal also brought to you by Ray White Craigmore. So Joey Cirillo's all over it.
I wonder if he's recovered from the grand final last year, Teagues.
I spoke to him on the phone the other day. I thought he might have still been a bit hoarse, but he's actually recovered okay.
Wasn't that an interesting game that was?
I think he'd be a great auctioneer.
He would be a great auctioneer.
I'd almost pay just to watch him do an auction.
Now let's get back to the footy. Kapunda go
Okay.
inside 50.
Kapunda go inside 50, but Barossa player had a chance to handball there, but he was taken down. And a good tackle, and Kapunda now with a free kick, having shot on goal. Brad Williams.
No, that's not Brad Williams.
No?
No, Brad Williams is number 2. 34, this young fellow is. Which would be Cody Hartlett.
Cody Hazlitt, another first gamer for the Bombers. Takes that shot. Beautiful kick from the youngster in his first senior game for the Bomber. And Kapunda on the board. That goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore. And the Burge Barossa scoreboard. Kapunda now moved to 1-2, playing Barossa District 3-2. So just a 2-goal break at the moment, late in the first quarter.
That could, yeah, 34 that was. So by the Barrett.
Hazlitt.
You haven't got that? Hartlett.
Hazlitt.
Hazlitt. We're trying to get to know these new players and having a fresh look at these two sides.
Yes, we'll put in that caveat early that we apologise if we're not quite up to speed on some of the players in round one. Oh, and a bit of feeling in this game already. Player just exchanging details. See Whistler going up and getting their tap once again. Whistler's winning almost every tap, but Barossa not letting them take advantage of it.
No. Whistles is probably getting more and more of his hands on the footy there.
Okay, that's the end of the first quarter. And on the Burge Barossa scoreboard, 3-2, Barossa District's playing 1-2, Kapunda. Tight first quarter. What did you see in that quarter that impressed you?
Oh, look, I think Barossa's willingness to win the footy, but also you can see strongly the defensive actions that what Fraser Evans put into the footy club last year has come out. Obviously now Bucket's coaching and Jason McKenzie, but they still got that instinct to get back flood and get back into numbers. So it made it really hard, even though they were kicking with a 2 or 3 goal breach. But they'll go in that quarter time. I'm happy with that, I dare say.
I'd say they'd be very happy with that. That's more than they kicked in some games last year.
Yeah, so look, I mean, they've got plenty of the footy down back. Even, as I said, once again, the game's sort of played between the 50-metre arcs, most of it. All depending to see how how they change up here. Kapunda, whether they set up that 18-man, especially kicking with a bit of a breeze, and the Barossa kicking against it, you probably see a more defensive to hold the ball inside their front half.
And Brady Griffiths, so impressive through the middle of the ground with 3 big overhead marks. And some really crisp ball movement by hand around the contest. He's pretty agile for a big guy.
Do you know any of his background? Was he here last year too?
No, he was not here last year. He's new to the club.
Yeah, he's striking. He's really impressed me. Those 4 or 5 marks across half back here or in the corridor, they were impressive. And he's given probably metres away to Whistles, but his around the ground work is a lot better than what probably Aaron Whistles is at the moment. But yeah, it's good. As both charges are going through there.
Both coaches now drumming the message into their players. Buckets McKenzie looking quite forceful out there, telling his players exactly what he wants. He wouldn't be holding back. He'd be very direct communicator.
Yeah, my dealings with Buckets is pretty much straight down the line. So you can see they all break into their lines and then they just come in. Obviously, a few dot points. You can see most of that at country footy these days. And I know there's a bit of each line. There's a senior player that takes it and has a bit of a chat about things. I think as a senior coach, it's probably a lot better because you sort of do that, and then you might bring up 2 or 3 dot points what you want to see as far as your KPIs. But
how valuable is it for Buckets having Fraser Evans still in the team? Last year's coach, he's now running that backline group.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. It's obviously they lost a bit of personnel. Obviously they lost Josh Dodd and Tyrell Hocking out of their midfield, so it looks like they've actually replaced that today. But you know, for a player like him, they speak very highly of him at the Kapunda Footy Club, and to him to still be playing and not coaching tells a lot of volume for.
He really did fit the culture of the club quite well, and just the people, the spectators and the fans at the club really did take him to heart and embraced him.
Yeah, I agree.
He and his family were seamless at the Bomber, and it was really nice to see the way that they mixed with the fans and the players after the games.
Yeah, no, I've only heard, all I've heard is just positive things about the great man.
And scores from around the ground. Here's one for you, a real bit of a surprise. At Tanunda hosting Angaston. Tanunda 3 goals 6-24. And Angaston 1 goal. So that's...
Nah, that's probably on. What about your Angaston Panthers out there, mate? What are you expecting from the Angaston Panthers?
I'm not sure what to expect from the Panthers this season, and it's going to be really interesting. I think probably more of a year of just consolidating.
Okay. So what do you reckon? 3 to 6?
3 to 6, and I think that's open for about 5 teams.
Okay, yeah.
In that bracket.
Yep.
There's probably... Freeling are probably the only team that I would say have no shot at finals. Yep. From there, it's pretty much an open book.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
The top 2 teams are pretty clear. And here we go. Hudson Nowak, thank you for coming in with your opinion. If he was umpiring today, 3 votes so far for Griffiths. And good recovery from the knock to the plums. He's all around it. Yeah. Thanks for your special correspondence there, Hutto. He knows his way around the plums.
Got a little story for you at the start of the 3rd quarter, Teague. So
we'll save it for then.
I'll save it to then. I can't say.
The kids are in bed by then. Is that what you're saying?
I can't say anything yet. But I'll let you know, Teagues. So stay tuned.
I am really excited now. As the players are heading back to their positions, Joey Brown starting deep in the forward line for the Bombers. At the feet of Brad Valentine, that could be an interesting ploy. A little bit of speed down there up forward.
Definitely gone short, haven't they, Teagues? Well, the only recognise is obviously Valentine's will be the last one.
Valentine with Mudge and Brown, is it?
Yeah, Joey Brown, true centre forward, or that lead up forward will be Callum Brown, who come off the ground.
Sorry, it's Brown and Haslett.
Yep.
Haslett, the goal kicker for the Bombers. who's originally from the Northern Areas competition, I believe.
Okay, yep. Yeah, they picked up a couple of boys from the Northeastern League, I heard, during the last couple of weeks. And Joey Brown's got a couple of his mates, which is Ari Rigney and a couple others that come out from Central. So the boy slats again in the second quarter. Once again was a repeat. Whistles gets the footy now. The ball's into dispute in the middle of the ground there. A little bit heavy there. Out to Jew. Jew now, he knocks over Curtis Lane.
Oh,
Curtis Lane.
big hit on Lane.
Yeah, it was good. He
Just
still
managed
gets
to
his
turn at the right time. Ball kicked out to that defensive wing and just runs out of play at halfback for Kapunda. I was impressed with Lane's awareness there. A lot of players would have kept going with the head and ended up getting crunched.
Yes. Good player, Curtis. So Jacob Heinz now. He's got the ball on the outside.
Heinze, another young bomber that really impressed me last season in the games that I was able to see him play. A big spoil. Soccer off the ground, heading towards goal, but it's going to be run down. Brown keeps it in play. Player taken now in a tackle.
Bailey Jones. They kept it in there, Joey Brown. Put it back into play, giving it a scoring
Ball up
option.
just outside the goal square. Valentine with a left foot snap. Just goes through the points. He's an evergreen, Valentine. You would have almost played against him.
I did. Yep.
That
right.
really must age him.
You're right, Teagues. And even in my role that I did at Kapunda for 2 years, I had the luxury of actually having a couple of beers with him instead of playing against him and coaching against him. And he's a wonderful lad.
He is a wonderful guy, and again, another example of Kapunda recruiting people to fit their club culture.
Correct.
He's been a great servant of their club. He's now married into the town. He's now a permanent fixture at Kapunda and at Dutton Park in particular, and a much-loved figure. Barossa now looking to clear the ball out of defence. Griffiths kicking the ball out. Now that little chip kick taken by Watson, not 15.
Good frontal pressure there.
Really strong defensive work there from Kapunda. Benjamin Payne really tough in the clinches there.
Jake Tobin again has got the footy. You can see the spread of the Barossa here. It comes out to the wing side here. The club room end, Nagel.
Nagel, one of the more experienced players in the Barossa lineup.
Come back from a year with Toddy Miles at Gawler.
Yes, an assistant captain for the Bulldogs, I believe. Ball down the sidelines. Rigney now juggling it above his head. Picks it up, kicks deep into the forward line, but strong mark taken in defence there for Barossa.
Oh, they're out here. I wonder if they're reading up the queue.
Will they take it the game on? Yes. That's a beautiful pass. Finding his teammate out there and just on halfback. Now the players upfield need to work for him.
Kickle. Smother.
Smothered there, so that's going to put a dampener on them. Kapunda are able to wrap that up in a tackle. That was an opportunity lost there for the Bulldogs. I think they really could have taken that on. But again, it's easy to say from up here. You and I don't have cramp yet.
No, not yet. Well, I've just done 2 games, Teagues, umpiring, so I might be in a bit of trouble later on.
As an elite athlete, you can handle that. Ball now trapped inside. Going forward for the Dogs. As we'll see, a free kick paid, is it?
Yep, holding the ball.
Umpires have been pretty good so far. They let the game go. How hard is it for the umpires round one? It's just like the players, it's a matter of getting back into the flow.
Yeah, you do a couple of trials and have a look around, but still not the same as game day, Teagues.
Ball just gets over the back there. But Barossa, a lot of players pushing back to the last line of defence. That was excellent work rate from the Bulldogs defenders. Barossa's defence has been super impressive so far. As they look to clear here. Going down the defensive side does Rizik. Finds a player deep on the boundary.
They still want them deep. That's where you want it. Because if you get defensive actions up the ground, then you give this one up, Teagues. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're not going to hurt you. So it's this one here.
That one there that
Yep,
pays off.
And then go. But then yeah,
trying
nah.
to dance backwards
Yeah.
was a huge mistake there.
it was.
Gives his teammates upfield no chance of reading the play. Ball still managing to push forward. Kapunda now with a quick hack around the corner. Quick hands there. Plays it off. Mark taken it half forward by Brown, who kicks towards the goal square.
Oh, he would have kicked that.
He's gone very close, but just bounces through for a behind.
He didn't put a lot of effort into it either.
No, that was very simple. Little
Very
bit of
simple.
breeze,
He sort of
but
carried.
that takes Kapunda to 1-6, trailing Barossa 3-2 on the Burge Barossa scoreboard.
So there's that short one again. That
And
they're
we're
going back.
5.5 minutes
Oh, they're going
in
back.
on the
Oh,
Ray White
turnover
Craig
here.
Gore time clock.
Turnover here. This is going to be a goal. Has to be a goal. Oh,
Kapunda with a snapshot there. Just another point. Really drizzling points now instead of raining goals for the Bombers.
so once again he plays on from outside the square. Where's he going to go? He's going to come out this side to Lee.
Rizik now. He's a good user of the ball. Good person to have at this point in the field. He goes long, hugging the boundary. Shillabeer worked under the contest.
Take the ball.
Able to pick the ball up there. Handball goes astray. Kapunda player dives on it. It's tackled immediately. And umpire Fitzner will ball up. See, Griffiths and Whistler go at it again. Griffiths got his hand to that one, but no real clearance. Player wrapped up and slung to the ground almost.
And 70-year-old Mark Fitzner says, "I'll have it." 70 years old.
But not an ounce of fat on him. Runs still as well as he did 20 years ago. Bit of holding there. So Kapunda with a free kick. Tried to play on, did Callum Brown, but umpire Prentice having none of it. Real deep entry. That's a big mark taken. Had the position in the middle, sandwiched between two Barossa defenders. So now we've got Justin Zanandrea, the Juice, lining up for what should be a straightforward goal for him. Works the ball, and he's drifted that to the right. He'd be furious with himself for that.
No, he's kicked it, mate. It drifted after.
Leg, Josh.
I was directly behind the kick, and I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm with you. we were dead set behind it too.
Yes, I wouldn't have paid it. From sitting here, if I had the flags, I'd only be putting one up, but we don't have the review system here.
I don't think the goal umpire moved too far to his left to speak up to have a look at that
I
either.
think he assumed that it would be good because it was Zanandrea taking the kick. But that moves Kapunda along to 2-6 on the Burge Barossa scoreboard. Now just slightly behind Barossa, 3-2. And that, of course, was another goal for Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team in real estate in the northern suburbs.
Do you think Joe will be listening today?
Joe is probably running water for his beloved Williston, but he will watch during the week. No, he is well and truly committed to local footy, not just with sponsorship dollars, but also with his hard-earned sweat.
Let it out.
Ball going deep for Kapunda, but
Dangerous.
and Zanandrea gives away a reckless free kick there. And I don't know what he's upset about. He's the one who dived into the Barossa player's back.
So the trainer.
Trainer now clears wide over to that defensive side of the ground. Ball works back in. That was a really dangerous handball. Player was taken to ground, but I believe he's paid that for a dangerous tackle. Is that right?
No, Mark. I think he paid the mark, and then he's come over 25. Oh, Williston are getting a bit upset here. Williston Barossa. I'll be a bit concerned. It's a little bit on there. Ryan's got it. Fitzy's got the mark. It's 25. Young Harry Wacky.
Going to kick a certain goal for
Yeah.
Kapunda.
Harry Wacky will get there. Wonder if the umpire can say, kick the goal, Harry, and then go back. Wacky goes back, kicks a goal, kicks it
Kicks the
into
goal into the swimming pool. And that's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore.
Now tell me, Teagues, you've been coming to the footy a long time, and we've been at this ground a long time, 30, 35 years. Surely they'll have a second footy behind the goals by now. That so many times that,
You would
that
think
goes
so.
into
It
the
happened
pool.
during the B grade.
Oh, it did.
Yes, it did.
We had two. But you surely they have a spare footy behind the goal.
Either that or a net.
Because once again, we have to call for another ball for unrealistic that so many times in 30 years,
I think
and sometimes it wasn't covered. And you get the ball back and it'll go into the pool, it'll come that wetlog.
I do remember seeing during Coach Steve O'Connor's reign, he was particularly disappointed with his team after a win against a bottom-ranked Angaston, that he felt they played so badly he made them jump into the pool after the game on a 2-degree day, come out covered in slime and algae.
True story.
Yes, absolutely. He was
Wow.
that disgusted with their effort. Thought that they were lair-rising and showboating, so decided to make an example of them. They came out looking like the creatures from the Black Lagoon. And a couple of them, like Damien Lister, fitted the mould.
Wow, that's amazing.
As we are back to the present day in the middle. Griffiths has taken another hit. He looks in real trouble this time. As he just gets to his feet, I think. Could be an ankle or a knee issue.
Same issue again. I think it can't be cramp, and he's really struggling.
I'm thinking Whistler might be targeting that thigh, which is you're completely legal to do. Smart ruckmen do it all the time,
Yeah.
well, especially when they're playing against a younger, more athletic opponent.
It's fierce now. The intensities, the heat's gone up a little bit
It's
further
turned up
again.
now that the score's gotten close. A lot of players exchanging details. Just add me on Instagram. I'll follow you. Really stupid free kick given away there by Aaron Whistler.
Damien Nagel.
Nangle. Yes, Barossa are now able to settle down, cool their heads, go forward. Ball brought to ground. Fraser Evans going through, crashing the pack.
You can see Fraser Evans has gone to Shillabir, so whether he took that upon himself and thought, right, I'm going to the best forward.
And we're almost halfway through the second quarter on the Ray White Craigmore time clock. Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team in real estate, not just in the northern suburbs, but they will sell anywhere in Adelaide.
He's kicked it out, unlike Ryswick.
Rizik kicking the ball out on the full. Really bad judgment by him there. I thought that he was perfectly poised to drive that ball to centre half forward.
Just saw Ari Rigney just come off the ground there. He's been pretty impressive.
He's been very industrious through the middle of the ground. Hasn't had a lot of clean possession out in space, which I think he needs. You see another ball up. Still in the centre square, but more down Barossa District's end of the square. Ball comes out now. Strong tackle on a player who didn't actually have the ball there. So now we'll see Oliver Riggs with the free kick. He's got a chance to drive Barossa genuinely into their forward 50 for the first time this quarter. Goes a little wide and sort of just floats it
Oh, Maxie Neville.
short of the 50. Max Neville drops a sitter,
Something that he should have taken.
and he'd be really hoping that his mates up the field can keep this heading away from the 50, because if there's a goal here, it's on his head. Barossa with a mark now, looking to drive the ball deep.
They're all screaming for the ball. They're all yelling their instructions.
And a big mark there. Shillabir takes it probably 35, 40 metres from goal on not too sharp an angle. This should be simple for him.
Yes, you think with his quality that this is he'll kick this.
And was that Griffiths coming off again?
The ring and the changes here, they're rotating pretty heavily both sides.
Yes, both
Very
teams
much.
I think starting to feel it. It's
Oh,
not as cool
Shillabeer.
as it could be today. Shillabeer with a bit of a shank there.
Yeah, and a free kick inside. They've found a free kick. And that goes in the way of 10, which we can't work out who you might be onto at Teagues. Which is for Barossa. I tried to get him before. Curtis Lane comes off for a well-earned breather.
And we don't have a name for number 10.
No.
But he puts the goal through. That's another goal for Ray White Craigmore on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. As the Barossa Districts extend their lead to 4 goals 2 to Kapunda, 3 goals 6. So just that 2-point break. And on the Ray White Craigmore time clock, we are almost 16 minutes into the second quarter.
Pretty much everywhere.
So once again, it's just the 3-6 to 4-2. Still an arm wrestle at this stage.
It is. There's no real team getting on top.
Obviously, the 2 makeshift ruckmans come into play.
Beautiful tackle there.
Harry Watke.
Harry Watke gives me a little bit to go on with afterwards.
They're not shy of doing that, the young
No,
fellas these days, are
but
they?
kids, when you started, you would have been loath to do that
Oh.
in your first or second year because someone on the other team would have come over and let you know about it. But these
absolutely.
days, kids just, they expect that they can do it.
Oh, he's left him. And Griffiths has gone forward and he's kicked the
Griffiths drifts forward, now kicks it backwards.
and finds Trainer.
Trainer who, I'd back Trainer to kick this. This is sort of goal that one of their leaders needs to kick.
Yeah, it was a, when you're starting out and you've got blokes like Jamie Thomas, Dean Doherty, for the Williston Donnybrooks,
Yes.
the fear of God into you.
You were scared to go near the ball.
Oh, it was massive. Good education for footy, it was, Teagues. It taught you to put your head over the footy, or if you come out blindsided, you're gone.
Yes. And some of those Willister guys, I still
He
catch up
shanked
with
it,
today.
Teagues. He put the mockery on the son.
I apologise, Bulldogs
He
fans.
kicked that from his shin. He kicked that from his shin, old son.
I don't have a lot of talents, but I think that is one that I do possess.
That was a shocker.
I think I would have kicked it very similarly.
Oh, there you go. That's how easy it would have.
And Barossa looking to hold the ball in, but Kapunda, they were almost out there, but a free kick now paid Kapunda's way, playing on, running through the middle, taking the game. And Zanadrea tries to jump between 2 Bulldogs players, but unfortunately
that was
doesn't get
a
it.
dangerous handball. I don't know what he was thinking
And
there.
Callum Brown with a great handball back
11
inside.
Oh, no, he should have come back inside.
And no, just a little miss there for the Bomber. Another opportunity gone begging.
The percentages had to come back inside. He had 2 running on the inside.
Yes.
I think it was
Kapunda really going to start to rue these mistakes. They
Bell.
could have blown the game open a little.
it was Bell and Zandria Juicer inside. He could have handballed him inside.
Zanandrea wouldn't be happy with that.
High. Good tackle. Watson there, he's had plenty of it.
Watson,
he's
really
been
good, hard-working footballer. I do like him. And free kick paid against Barossa. Players not happy with umpire Fitzner there.
No, they're not.
Oh, and someone's just gone down behind play. Brown was just fouled by one of the Barossa players off the ball. No injury suffered, but just sort of put to ground. Another free kick.
Hanging on to Juice. It's 3-on-1.
Zanandrea being mobbed by Barossa defenders. He is the only player looking dangerous for Kapunda in the forward 50. And now he's got another shot.
Was it actually a stupid... Well, can't say stupid, but the decision making...
You just said stupid.
I
You can
just
say
said-
stupid.
But when
Now-
in the mindset, the 3-on-1 Teagues in the back half, and they give a free kick.
Now, watch this goal just to see
Oh,
if
here we
you
go.
will call it.
He's tentative, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's not really confident. And yet, he's put it through
This bloke's
for a
been
point.
running- This 26 has been running around for Barossa on the boundary line for the first half. I don't think he's had any minutes yet, Teagues, as he's running past. Doing a lot of running on the boundary line anyway.
But that's always important to keep running past the coach to remind him that you're there.
Sure, that's my rotation. Joey Brown now tries to smother out of bounds on the foot.
Out of bounds, so
Evans now.
Fraser Evans coming back onto that left foot. Drives it deep for the
Deep.
Bomber.
Good kick, isn't he? He's
Good
a
kick,
great-
but it favoured the Barossa defender who was coming behind that contest.
As a double blue man, I love Fraser in these premiership years.
Calm down.
Number 8.
Just because you're wearing a blue shirt today.
Oh, there's South Australia.
Corporate
thing.
uniform?
Open it up, drag him out.
Yes.
Drag him out.
In uniform today, Teagues.
Mine hasn't arrived yet. Don't rub it in.
But mind you, I've got a t-shirt, shorts and thongs on. I didn't really underestimate where I was coming to today, to Williamstown, because normally it's pretty ordinary. But it's a beautiful day here today, so Barossa take it out of defence. Very well done. Can't quite find that connection on the wing, and the ball's in dispute, and I reckon there's going to be a ball up just in a minute.
Yes.
Fitzner says, yes, I'll have it, thank you, and I'll throw it up. The 70-year-old youngster.
Moves better than you do. Probably does a lot of things better than you do.
Umpire.
Quick kick forward there, chopped off by Barossa. Now looking to clear from their defensive 50.
They're
Going
probably-
down that defensive side again.
He's almost that rebounding halfback flanker, Ryzek. He's playing that role, isn't he?
Yes,
I haven't
that's
seen him
what
too
he's
much.
done in most of his time at the Bulldogs.
Okay, righto, yep. Saw a couple of times through the midfield there. Like he's running ability is sensational. He covers the ground big
Yes.
time.
But and Shillaby with a mark there,
Oh,
wheels around
one-on-one.
onto the
Oh,
right.
what is this?
Found the player absolutely on his
Oh,
own.
Traino's missed it.
Trainer
No,
has
he's kicked it.
kicked the goal,
He
but
hasn't kicked that one off his shin.
I think it might have come off the shin. But he was so clear that he could have.
But once again, we're seeing 2 goals, 40 metres. So is that the defensive?
That was a defensive
I
lapse.
thought they missed that. They've actually called. Have they called a goal or a point here? There's a bit of confusion.
Deliberation here.
Yeah.
And no, he's...
No, I thought I did say he's missed it, didn't I?
Yes, I thought he had, and the field umpire Mark Fitzner has
Yes.
just conferred with the goal umpire and had him change his decision to a point, which is really good work from the field umpire to be on top of that.
Absolutely.
But that's one less goal for
Oh,
Ray
no.
White Craigmore.
Jeez, Dempsey, that was a free kick.
Beautiful take there from the Bulldogs. Now he's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, he
That
is.
handball back puts his teammate under the pump. Zanandrea all over this. A little bit of a throw. Valentine trying to pick the ball up, gets it off the deck. Handballs to a teammate who's taken straight away. And really great defensive intensity from the Bulldogs. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Barossa today.
Yeah, both sides have they're having a dip. Obviously, they're going through a stage there that want to be in the finals, but yeah, it's been good.
Beautiful
margin.
play there.
Yeah,
That
good.
one-handed take and fake.
Oh, handball away. Here we go. Oh, this could
Ships
be
the ball out, tipped it up. And it's a beautiful take.
Wire.
Nathan Dyer just outside the defensive 50. Goes right down the boundary. And a
Fraser
beautiful
Evans reads
take.
it.
Fraser Evans, the only player who read that ball, is the only one who stayed down.
That comes with experience, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's a luxury to have this bloke across half-back. Have a look at that kick.
The other word people use for that is old. And I don't want to put that label on him because he's not that old. And Barossa looking to push this ball now. Tackle there. Lucky not to give away a free kick. Taking in front on.
Trainers working vigorously on Callum Brown here down the boundary. They're really getting into that deep tissue. They're doing a
both
bloody good
hamstrings.
job. Oh, they are. Have a look at them.
Lucky I can't see his facial expression. Now we can. He's wincing a little bit. They're really working those little strings. Doing a power of work here, the Kapunda trainers. They deserve a pay rise,
They do,
actually.
they do, yes. They're good people too, good people.
Like he's got the sprigs cutting into his cheek.
Absolutely. Zandrea takes it now. Handball out to the outside to Hazlitt, and the ball goes out of bounds.
No,
Well.
kept in.
I reckon that wasn't.
We're not on the right angle. I'm not willing to criticise a young boundary umpire for that.
Okay.
No, I will not crucify a young umpire for that. Just won't do it. Throw in is a little shallow.
Yeah, a little shallow, the ball goes in.
Ball tap. Barossa player trying to punch that. Big hack out of the air.
Out of bounds on the full.
Out on the full. You would have called that a goal, I think, with your eyes.
That was out of bounds on the full.
Correct.
Oh, my God. You've been correct everything you said today, Tiggs. It's been fantastic. I
It'll
love
be a
it.
first time for everything. It is a new season.
It is a new season.
Maybe I've changed.
Oh, he's just missed the
Oh,
target.
just went under the ball. Barossa able to rebound here. Got plenty of run.
We've got to find out who
Deep
that
forward.
The ball's thumped out.
That was probably an opportunity gone begging for the Bulldogs. They had all the run. As your man Griffiths now setting up a kick behind. Out here, he looks like he's ready for this. He's moving, not completely free, but he's moving okay now. As the siren sounds for half time, the Ray White Craigmore time clock runs to 0. And at this stage on the Birds Barossa scoreboard, Barossa District 4-4, just ahead of Kapunda 3-9.
Just ahead 1 point.
Just ahead is all it is. Thank you very much.
2-2 to 2-7. Will that come back to haunt him? 2-7.
That is going to be a real problem for the Bomber, and I think Buckets would be talking to his players about that at halftime. What would be the message as a coach?
I think it's a matter of it's the first game. You've got to keep persisting. Yes, we wasted opportunities going forward for Kapunda, then kicking 2-7. And then obviously Barossa got on the end of it. Obviously Cutler shanks here that there could end up being 6 goals too, but at the end of the day it's a point, and I think that's about the even of the whole contest for the first half. I think, Teagues, it hasn't been either way. So
Yes, but both teams showing signs of being dangerous, but also defensively I think both teams, the pressure has been underestimated.
yes, yeah, I think the heat's come, and both sides are young by the looks, and they've got a couple of experienced players in each side, so yeah, I'm looking forward to what they can produce in the second half. And it's just going to be a matter of who's going to stick to it, who's going to stick fat, and who's going to stick longer out their process and believe in their process is going to get them over the line.
Yes, and again, it's just a great learning experience for these young players.
Oh, they're enormous. Like they were very young, as you see them when they're running out. Kapunda were doing the same thing. They're very young, so yes, it's amazing. It's good that this league, can promote that, and outside of this, outside the SNFL, this is one of the best leagues going around, Teagues, for sure.
Yes, it is, and interesting as I was discussing with people earlier that recruiting-wise, it's getting tougher and tougher these days. The amateur league's starting to really throw its weight around and making it very hard for clubs just outside the city to recruit players.
Look, it's one of those things, mate. Like, to be honest with you, when you go through the process, and the clubs that I've been involved in, and as Preddy walks past and gives me the finger,
The poor Williamstown, he's had an ankle reconstruction and he's moving as well as he has in years.
Yeah, the recruiting games you've got to set the right culture and get the right atmosphere around the place. But at the end of the day, it's getting harder, the locality of it. If you get one bloke, then he wants 2 or 3 of his mates to come with him, because they generally don't travel as solo. So, and you got to get the right people. We got a profile that we want to fit, especially where we are at the moment at United. We're struggling. We're not struggling, but we're sort of getting a core group together that we can be there for 4 or 5 years. And some of these clubs here, even now, that they find that. And I think the grassroots, your junior footy, you got to start putting a lot of time into your junior footy with the salary cap and 0 points, because these kids are going to be crucial in 4 or 5 years.
Yes, it's definitely a big challenge for clubs going forward. We'll be back after the halftime break. We'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah, okay, sorry. That's right. Or add 12 seconds. Yeah. It's like daylight savings, I never remember which. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. I don't know. It's kind of hard. One phone will do it. The rest will catch up. It's going to get cold now, so get your jacket now. You're going to, 2 minutes into this morning you'll be freezing. I'm telling you, I've been here enough. Either do it or you'll regret it. They weren't mentioned at all.
We're back on here, Teagues.
Back for the second half. Williamstown Oval, we've got Barossa Districts hosting Kapunda. Kapunda driving the ball forward. Setting up an early shot on goal, which is something they didn't do in the first quarter when they were heading to this end of the ground.
Must be a new player.
Riley Nevitt, another young player into the side. First gamer. Yeah, straight up from the under-17s he is. He's done what most of his teammates have done. He's pushed it across the face, and it's rushed through for a point. Barossa looking to clear now.
He's got the duties of kicking in.
Oh. Umpire Fitzner pays a high tackle there. I felt he may have ducked into that.
Yeah. You see Brad Williams has been injected into the game. This is my little
Bit of experience.
My little hot tip I got from him that he's going to be the medical sub at half time. He's only going to play half. He had a 7 centimetre tear in his hamstring during pre-season, and he's only been ordered to play a half today. So there's my little story for
But
you too.
that would be a small injury for Willow in his recent history.
Very frustrated with the injuries that he's received.
He's unlucky because he's a player that I've loved watching over the years.
Best and fairest winner at the club.
Yes, and a genuine hard nut. We don't have a lot of those left in the game. Barossa now rebounding. Coming out wide and a strong mark taken there.
We've got to get his number. We've got to get his name. So Williams now has got the footy. Oh, turns the footy over. Trainer now drives it in, looking for Shillabeer. Shillabeer is not even interested. Got
Kapunda
caught.
defender flew. Player went to the ground and took the ball with him, not willing to push it towards the boundary.
Brad Williams, the medical sub at half time.
Super sub. Ball up just in the forward pocket for Barossa District. Kapunda now just soccering the ball out. Ball stopped, and we'll have another ball up right here. Probably 35, 40 metres from Barossa's goal. Kapunda now clearing out with a handball. Quick kick away. But another mark through the middle of the ground for Barossa Districts. It's been the story all day. Kapunda unable to find any clear traction through the middle of the ground. Unable to find a target. Barossa player was absolutely just smacked to the ground there. It was Shillabeer, and it takes a lot of effort to get him down. He's looking a little bit weary now. Umpire's going to have another ball up. No, we've got a free kick with a shot on goal for Barossa District coming from about 40 metres from goal. He's gone wide with that and scored a behind. So that'll move Barossa to 4-5 on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. Playing Kapunda 3-10.
No joy there, Teagues, trying to find out who number 10 for Barossa is, but I'm trying to get onto it for you, brother. But at the moment, even the timekeepers couldn't give me what his name is. Even the timekeeper from Barossa didn't even know him, so he must be a late inclusion. I don't know.
Oh, that's a beautiful dribble kick goal there for Barossa. Absolutely superb. That was young Oliver Riggs on the outside of the right boot. Fantastic goal. Another goal for Ray White Craigmore.
As a point, Teagues.
Well, I've been right all day. Don't tell me I'm wrong.
No, that's the only time you have been. So it was Fraser, Evans to Bell to Watke. Now Watke plays on, gives the footy to Mackenzie. Mackenzie now back to Watke. Watke finds Joey
Beautiful
Brown.
little kick there. Joey Brown wheeling onto his right, going deep into the forward 50. Barossa defenders all over the place.
Lots of hard running there by Bell. Oh, 34.
Oh, and a nice little shot on goal there.
Hallett.
Hazlitt again.
No, Hallett, H-A-L-L-E-T-T. They have got a Hazlitt. He's number 18.
It was Todd Hallett.
Yes, Todd Hallett. There you go. That's his second one, the little small forward.
Sorry, Cody Hallett.
Yes.
And that is his second goal. He's a young under-17 who's come up this year.
Yeah, I'm not quite
Playing
sure.
his first game for the Bomber as a senior.
But we still have not received the return. Oh, yep, Brodie Griffiths, the Riverton RSMU product, as we got the text message.
Yes,
through at
thank you,
halftime.
Ben Roenfeld, for doing some research.
And Jew now, Brendan Jew now with another clearance out of the middle.
It's gone long. A massive spoil from Kapunda. Just letting the ball go out wide. Beautiful pick up there. Wheels around onto his right. Coming back, and Barossa District's players fly and spoil each other.
Bailey Jones sends the ball forward. Watson, as always, hard-nosed.
He is a true bulldog. Barossa now just with hands.
Trying to get the transition. Oh, dear.
And a bad mistake there. Finds a Kapunda player who drives the ball deep into the 50.
Zandrea one-on-one.
Zandrea unable to take the ball. He wraps up his Barossa defender. So there'll be a ball up probably 30 metres directly in front of the Kapunda goal. Zandrea gets on the go. Left foot snap goes through for yet another point for the Bombers.
They go to 4-11 to Barossa 4-5.
So a 1-goal lead for Kapunda on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. As we see Barossa clearing to probably the non-defensive side, although the wind is starting to blow this way now a little more prominently.
It's better the midfield spot hit.
Yes, nice mark there in the middle. Quick hand back to number 43.
Nagel
Looking for Shillabir, but unfortunately the ball just eludes him. He's back into the contest. Really good recovery there. He recovers well for a player of his size.
Shillabir?
Yes, that's right. Sorry for throwing to you mid-chip.
Getting a bit peckish, Teagues. Once again, Whistles gets his hands on the footy. Good handball.
Good handball, but unfortunately not taken. So Barossa are able to wrap up and stem the tide. Again, some of those handballs just not hitting targets.
No.
True round one footy.
Watson again. Inside. Kick hurriedly, just jacks it forward. Maxie Neville gets rid of his opponent, goes back in again.
And jumps on, tackles his opponent. So we'll have a ball up on half forward line in Kapunda's forward half of the ground. Sorry, Barossa's forward half. And Barossa now breaking. Little kick on the outside of the boot, just bounced in front of Shillabir. Stacks on.
Second and third efforts have been good today, Shillabir. Like he's a couple of times the ball hasn't come to him as he would like it.
Oh, players being put down off the play. Shillabir it was, and then he gets the similar treatment. Really getting willing this game.
Maxie Neville come in and give him a bit of a, why'd you do that to my mate Joey Brown?
Little bit of left-right good night.
Yes.
Yeah, ball
They're
on
sort
the
of
outer
setting-
side now.
They're just sort of setting up here. Now they've got a bit of a break in play, so they've got a couple of numbers behind the footy. They can change lanes
Griffith's
here.
sitting on his own, just out, probably 25 metres from goal, directly in front.
They've got to go again.
Not sure I'd want to be leaving him there.
Oh. The call was to come this side from the call from Fraser Evans, marshalling the back half there from Joey Brown's kick that went down the line. He was looking to come back this side because he had numbers of Williams and Jacob Heinz here that they had a +1, +2 behind, that they could just sort of spread that zone.
And we're nearly 10.5 minutes into the third quarter here at Williamstown Oval on the Ray White Craig Moore time clock.
And only one goal scored to the left of screen, which was by Kapunda in number 34, Hallett, for his second. So it's 4-11 to 4-5 here, 10 minutes into the third quarter. Once again, Whistles gets the footy, but Hansville to Barossa. Barossa now on the rebound and go inside 50. That's looked like a better kick.
Oh, that's
Gone to the left of the
gone to
post.
the left. Probably had another little time for a step or two to steady, but that's the pressure of footy, especially round one. There's no composure in a lot of these players just yet. Kapunda looking to bring the ball out now.
Just having a look, looking to see what's available. There's not much love available, just probably down the line.
Left foot way down the line this side.
And kicks it, get closer as you can to the boundary. And that's probably a good.
Well spoiled by Barossa.
That's probably a good result out of bounds. They can set up their structure and set up behind the footy as well.
See, Big Whistler gets his hand to that. Comes down in Barossa's favour. And that'll be a free kick going away of Joey Brown.
Mark to Bray McConnell, the captain. Been a captain for a few years now, I reckon, Teagues.
Yes, he has, and he's been a really good leader for this team through a lot of hard times.
He has, yes.
Real character building stuff.
It's a beautiful kick.
And that's your man Griffiths from RSMU originally. Takes a beautiful chest mark. It's probably 25 metres out. You're going to back him to kick this one?
Yeah, I'll see that he'll kick this. And he'll put Barossa in front.
Okay, I'll apologise to him on your behalf already.
Okay, thank you.
Coming in now. On the right foot. Looks good. Umpire unmoved.
And he's
Beautiful
happy about
kick.
it.
That's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team in real estate. And Barossa now retake the lead on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. 5-6 to Kapunda, 4-10. As we see Callum Brown coming back to the bench for a bit more attention. Really struggling with those hamstrings. Just genuine round one stuff where you haven't quite got the miles in the legs. Could probably do with a bit more sun on them too, I think.
So in Kapunda's forward half.
That bounce tapped over by Barossa. That's worked well. Now the ball in dispute. Courageous dive on the footy there. Takes one to the head for his trouble. We'll see a ball up just outside Barossa District's forward 50. Sorry, Kapunda's forward 50. And he stood up well in the tackle there. Handball off, and that kick around the corner really doesn't favour anyone.
Still ball to dispute in half forward. Boys coming off a cramp. Young Bailey Jones.
I think there's going to be a lot of that in the second half. A lot of miles covered for the boys today.
So Barossa's got on the halfback flank now, trying to assert their authority on this game of footy at the moment. Like it's still in the balance, 5-6 to 4-10. So
and able to find a target coming out of defence, and that's probably not ideal when you've done all the hard work in defence to just get back to a 50-50 in the middle of the ground again. Now Ryan Watson takes a mark down on the grass, kicks the ball out wide, finds a teammate. He wheels around.
Keckle now Shillabeer. He's not.
Shillabeer is in a one-on-one with Fraser Evans.
That's what you want to pay
Evans
to see, don't you?
defended beautifully. That's a contest you pay to come and watch. 2 stars of the game. And great work from the Barossa forwards. What a tackle. Michael Baraglia, the old dog.
The old. Yep.
Just keeps going every year. Quick kick into the 50. Ari Rigney unable to catch that ball as it trickles over the boundary line. He looked like he was going to swoop on that and wheel around and kick it out of defence. Got a ball up probably 20 metres around from the Kapunda goal. Sorry, the Barossa goal. All turned around today. Kapunda defending desperately. Trying to keep the ball in. not willing to take it over the boundary line. Ball comes back in. Barossa player unable to get the ball out by hand, just gets it onto the boot. Really tough tackle there. And a free kick has been paid to Kapunda for holding the ball. Riley Hennessy, another of the young guns for the Bombers, with a strong tackle there under pressure. Kicks the ball out. Big pack forming under this. And we'll have a ball up just on half forward for Barossa Districts.
So whistles up against and probably the second or third makeshift, takes authority out of the air. This is how much he's taken it. But they've just got to stamp their authority a little bit more, don't they?
Yes.
Obviously,
Rigney there, the good take. Went to kick the ball forward, but the wind's just blown it almost sideways.
Aiden Mudge, bit of class, bit of poise there for a young fella.
But now with the ball out of bounds on the outer side at half forward for Kapunda. Probably going to reset with a neutral. Again, no real advantage.
It's like the story of the day, isn't it? It's been seesawing, both sides, 5-6, 4-10, trying to stamp their authority on the game. No one's really got momentum, really. It's just the first one to release the pressure is going to lose the game of footy, I feel.
Ball in, and Barossa just hacking the ball forward on the ground. Kapunda, a strong pick up there. Good handball inside.
To Hallett, he's been impressive. He's kicked a couple.
Hallett has been good.
There's Mackenzie again, the Modbury product, gives it out to latest cone. Picked up a couple from Modbury, the boys. For
That
Kapunda.
ball over the top of the
Oh,
Barossa
this is-
player's head in the middle of the ground.
Oh,
But a nice take
that was
there.
nothing. Got him. That's almost holding the ball. Not paid. Fraser Evans now picks it up quickly, pulls it out to the side where there's 2-on-1. See what Barossa can do here. See if they can muster a handball thing. Handball inside. Got a handball going on here. Shillabeer will kick it surely. He'll kick it up. Oh, that was stupid. Free kick.
That's a free kick being paid.
I don't think that was there, but anyway.
But if you give the umpire an opportunity to call
Yes,
it, you've
yes.
already made a mistake.
Yep. And
Whether you've made a mistake or not.
anything late, you got to be careful of.
Yes.
Anything late.
Actually, Dan Kickle really impressing today. I think he's been excellent for Barossa across half-back. He's really calmed things down.
He has.
And probably one of the leading possession getters on the ground.
Here's our mate,
Callum Brown looks like he's ready to come back on.
Brady Griffiths now.
Griffiths with yet another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team.
So 6
In real
6 to
estate.
4-10.
And Barossa really starting to make an impact on the Burge Barossa scoreboard. 6-6 to 4-11 it actually should read. According to our AV superstar who knows what he's doing. As we see ball coming back to the middle, Kapunda really need to get back on track here. Barossa now off the deck. Kapunda able to clean up through Brown. Rigney now wheels around to the right, just kicks it over his shoulder. And beautifully crumbed there for the Bombers. That kick deep into the forward line.
Lock it in! Lock it in!
Just runs out for a point, actually. So another point for the Bombers. The story continues.
Story continues. Ari Rigney, an inclusion from Thursday night, didn't get a game down at Centrals. I was told, and then obviously come to Kapunda this week. So he signed at Kapunda, and if he doesn't get a game at Centrals, he'll be with them for most of the year, unless he's played down at Centrals.
I think Kapunda would be hoping that he doesn't get a lot of games at Centrals because he's been very valuable in their midfield today.
He has, yeah, he's been clean. So quick transition here from Barossa. They go forward one-on-one. Here's our mate, Brody Griffiths. He's got it. And have a look at this all running on.
Barossa just lining up. Ball ends up handball to Shillabee, who drives the ball
He does.
smartly low into the pool fence so he doesn't get the ball wet. That's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team in real estate.
So 7-6 to 4-12
on the Birds Barossa scoreboard.
So it's a 2-goal. That was quick transition work there,
That's
Keegs.
the first time we've seen that from either team today.
Yes,
that was crisp, clean, aggressive footy.
Most of the defensive units behind the footy have been good, so they haven't been allowed that transition quickly, and that really opened up. So whether
But that
it's
was
just
courageous footy, just taking the game on. We haven't seen enough of that. That pressure on the defensive unit, just forcing a little mistake.
Whistles with another hit out.
But they haven't had the clearances. That's where they've lost out today. Is they've had the ruck dominance, but no clearance. Rigney now to drive Kapunda forward. Goes really deep, looking for Valentine. He brings the ball to ground.
As he always does. Creates a contest, old Valentine Rangi.
He's just got those incredibly long arms.
Super player. He's still playing at this level. It's amazing.
I don't know how he doesn't drag his knuckles on the ground. Those arms are that long. Handball out. Finds Rigney. There's a quick snapshot on goal, and I think he's kicked, guess what, a point. That gives Barossa a chance to clear now from defence.
They've sort of held up a little bit here now. Nothing really to go to, so it's just have to kick it long down the line. No, he's giving it straight back to Aiden Mudge. So Mudgey now, signs of a little bit of cramp maybe. He just sort of went at his calf there a little bit. Finds a mark inside 50 to Curtis Lane.
That's what the Kapunda haven't been able to do all day, is find that target inside 50.
Yeah.
Now Lane either has to back himself to kick this goal or chip laterally.
And if I was taking the stats of marks inside 50 like I normally do, Teagues, I could give you that answer, mate, but I'm pretty sure it'd be pretty minimal for both
I'll let
sides.
you go for round one, but this is the last time. All I'm saying is be better.
Be better prepared. So he's put that to the right-hand side of the goalpost. So
Kapunda are going to rue all of these points. And a big call there from umpire Fitzner. He's pulled that out, and Kapunda now having a shot on goal. Or probably just outside of range, perhaps.
Probably key to find out. Obviously, never now lines up.
Oh, he's done that quite nicely.
Touched. Oh, God, you wouldn't read about it.
Thought he had it all.
Oh, Rigney now.
Rigney, really great defensive work there. Cleans up his own spoil. And that's a free kick paid Rigney's way. Really courageous attack on the footy. He's starting to make things happen for the Bombers. I think he said enough's enough. Drives it long. It's going to fall just short of the square. Griffiths there taking the mark. Uncontested. That's unacceptable for Kapunda.
So it went over the line for a point. So now they got the kick in. So another point to Kapunda. So I reckon they go to 4-15.
That's an ugly number.
It is. 4-15 to 7-6.
No one able to take that mark. Ball's going to be balled up again by umpire Prentice. And Griffiths with yet another mark. Turns around quickly, drives the ball deep.
One-on-one, Ryswick.
Rizik now. Ball comes to ground. I think he's earned a free kick for being held onto there. Kapunda defender cannot believe it.
Loose checking there.
And, very unlucky. Kapunda came in. The Barossa player had muffed it, was dropping the ball, but was taken high with the Kapunda player coming in late with pressure. So now another set shot for the Bulldogs. Right, and straight through the middle. Barossa having no trouble with accuracy, unlike Kapunda.
8-6 to 4-15.
On the Burge Barossa scoreboard. And that's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team in real estate, particularly through the northern suburbs. Starting to get a little out of control here for Kapunda. They're now several goals down.
They're almost like they're giving up probably whistles. They know they're going to lose the tap in the middle here, Teagues. What I've seen the last 2 quarters, and they sort of set up maybe that Brady Griffiths is a bit more potent up forward, which I understand. So there goes another hit out to Whistles. So we're not getting hits to advantage out of there really. And if they do win it, they actually Barossa are defending it really well.
And Barossa defending now, bring the ball out to this wing, keeping the ball in play, battling hard under tight pressure. And Ari Rigney there, really great in the clinches once again. He's really starting to stand up for the Bombers. The ball hacked forward again by Harry Watke as the siren sounds for 3/4 time. And currently on the Burge Barossa scoreboard, Barossa District 8-6, leading Kapunda 4-15, if you can believe it, Craig.
So here's another little statistic for you here. So second quarter, the Bombers kicked 2-7. In that quarter, they kicked 1-6. So they have kicked 3-13 since quarter time.
Now we know we'll be keeping Jason McKenzie up tonight. But yes, really tough quarter there. The scoring dried up a lot for both teams, but Barossa are able to find targets in their forward 50 was the main difference. So we'll be back with you shortly after 3/4 time at the Williamstown Oval for round 1 of Barossa Light and Gawler footy on the live stream.
It was calves, wasn't it?
Yeah, both.
Do you have your socks? You'd think so, wouldn't you? Yeah. Now, do you like your socks up or not? Well, then I can soak it with this. Yeah, pull them up. Can you put up with it for the last quarter?
Yeah, sorry, 20 odd minutes. Oh, no, I found it.
You got it on you?
Yeah.
Is it both of them?
Yeah. See how that goes.
Yeah, see how that goes?
Cheers, Kate. Going to be putting it back
long.
I changed it to it as well.
Never compromise.
No. Hate it. Alright.
Okay, back to the action here at Williamstown Oval. About to begin the fourth quarter of round one. On the Barossa scoreboard, we have Barossa District 8 goal 6, leading Kapunda 4 goal 17. 4 goal 16. They have corrected the score now. As Craig Dorr returns, he's finally relented and gone for the jacket.
I think I should have known better, Teagues. All the years that we've been coming here, I thought, no, I'll be fine today, 23, but it always drops about 6 degrees lower here. And you got the hoodie on, mate, and you got your sunglasses. And
Some of us are smart, though. That's the difference.
That's not my middle name, smart. As the ball goes up. Righto, the game's on here, boys. Wind's sort of dropped off a little bit. It's not favouring any end. So, crucial time. Griffiths
Whistler with a big win over Griffith.
Yeah, he's had a lot of hit-outs, the big whistles. He's done a great job.
He's done a power of work, but unfortunately the players at ground level just not getting it done.
No.
Barossa now getting the ball, coming around, a little bit of handwork. Ryan Watson now getting caught but able to get the ball away to a teammate who was under pressure and got caught.
Now they're away.
Kapunda through Watke, getting the ball forward.
Oh, Bell just dropped the mark that he should have taken.
Yes, Bell put himself under a lot of pressure there. Giving
Callum
Barossa
now.
the chance to work. Callum Brown finds his brother Joey. He goes deep and good strong mark there by Zan Andrea floating across the front of the pack. That's the mark of the day so far.
And that's just a natural forward, isn't it, of Zandrea. He read it better than anyone else.
Absolutely. He loves a bit of me time, and he tries to put the ball into the swimming pool, which I believe he's done. That's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs.
You can just see that he just read it beautifully off the boot, as do good forwards, don't they?
And he reads the game as well as most small forwards that you'll see. But at that time he was actually allowed a run at the contest, where he's been double and triple teamed for much of the day. New incoming Barossa coach Eric Kells obviously willing to take advice from those around him, like sort of assistant coach Simon Wills, who would have told him that was the player to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, new ball again, because it's gone over the back end of the pool. In comes the board.
I think the money they'd save on footballs, they could pay you in a consulting fee to work that out. I'll only take 50%. Umpire Prentice now with the ball up.
8-6-54 to 5-16-46.
On the Barossa scoreboard here at Williamstown Oval. Or Queen Victoria Park, as it's known. Barossa able to drive the ball forward on that outer side. But again, no clear target at half forward. Kapunda able to get the ball to ground. And Big Whistler with a hat kick forward. Again, just end-to-end rugby style kicking at the moment. Ball goes out of bound on the outer side half forward flank. Kapunda really looking to generate some quick movement now, just to try and take advantage.
Third man up, Valentine goes over the top. Whistles is in there, everyone's in there. There's a big pack of 15, 20 players there. And the ball's not going anywhere. And Mark Fitzner, the evergreen Mark Fitzner, says, I'll have it and I'll throw it up. Just on the 50-metre arc of the Kapunda Bombers forward line here. The ball goes up. Whistles once again tries to take it out of the air but can't do so. Hurry Wacky, ground level goes to the Hartler can't pick it up. Callum Brown does. He gives it to Belly Jones. Belly Jones in a scoring opportunity. What, can he snap it? Yes, he does.
Yes. That's 2 goals in a row for Kapunda. There is life in the Bomber. And I think Callum Brown has to thank the trainers for that. That's yet another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team for real estate in the northern suburbs. Shout out to Joe Cirillo. Hope you're having a great day, Joe. Wonder how many houses he sold this morning. Another ball up in the middle. Griffiths was well poised, but Whistler came in at the last moment and got the hand to it. Barossa trying to find the ball clear forward, but Kapunda turned it over again. Now coming down the outer side. It's got some connectivity and Brown goes up for it. Spoiled. Valentine fails to pick the ball up off the deck. And we'll have a ball up just outside Kapunda's forward 50. The Bombers are surging, Craig.
They are. Instead of kicking 2 points, they kicked 2 goals, and that's the difference, Ted, isn't it?
Oh,
Joey Brown off the.
Joey Brown, bit of class. And that's another point. But driven ball forward quickly, and I think that's the key. A bit of pressure on the young Barossa defence is just starting to open a couple of little cracks. Barossa transitioning the ball to this side.
It's the next kick, though. There's the next kick. It's all good to transition, but the transition continue on. But the Kapunda had a weight of numbers.
Trainer driving the ball down the line now. Ball just hits empty turf. Bounces to a Kapunda player. Good hands there. As Kapunda drive the ball forward. Strong
Trainer.
mark taken in defence by Hayden Trainer.
Yep.
Who was slammed to the ground after he marked it. So, yes, I think fair 25 there. It's quite dangerous.
Just the right one? Or the both?
He drives the ball forward into the middle. As Brendan Dew, who probably hasn't seen as much of the ball as he'd like, now gets the ball out to a teammate running on the half-forward flank.
Griffiths inside.
Griffiths drives the ball deep and he's found a target. Probably 20, 25 metres from goal on a really good angle. It's a chance for Barossa to hit back and stifle Kapunda's momentum.
And the mystery man that we don't know the number to a name.
That would be quite helpful. Directly behind him as he's kicking this. And he's hit that beautifully. Straight through the middle. That's another goal for Ray White Craigmore. As Barossa District move to 9-6 on the Burge Barossa scoreboard, leading Kapunda 6-17. That hideous point total for Kapunda really haunting the Bombers. But Kapunda now get a clean opportunity from the middle again. This is where they need to find some traction, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You know, you can probably take the stat of hit-outs to advantage, but it's just, yeah, he's been dominant.
Griffiths gets his hand to the ball cleanly that time, brings it to ground, which I think Barossa are pretty happy with, but Kapunda trying to get it out. Dew got the ball there. Unfortunately, he found Rigney with his handball. Would have played with him at Central Districts. As Bell just fumbles the ball forward there. Trainer with a huge tackle on Callum Brown. A lingering tackle there. Umpire Fitzner will ball it up. Just outside Kapunda's forward 50. And Whistler with another tap backwards. And we see a free kick paid against Kapunda.
Yeah, Joey Brown hanging on from out.
Probably unnecessary. Look, Barossa now got a chance to clear the defensive 50. Comes wide.
Obviously, Fitzner saw something that we didn't.
Yeah, possibly, but he had a much better angle.
Absolutely. You're sticking up for the umpires there, Teague.
One of us has to. We know you're not a fan.
I'm a big fan, mate. I even joined the crew.
Yeah, but as the greats say, most people don't want to be a member of a club that would have them. Kapunda ringing the changes now, trying to find a spark. As Joey Brown comes to the bench as his rotation rest. Still looking pretty fresh. He's in good shape. I think he's the player that needs to lift for Kapunda. He's the guy who can turn the game. That shot going astray for Barossa. So Kapunda a chance to bring the ball in now. Fraser Evans coming straight down the ground, finds a target. This next kick is crucial. Big high kick to outnumbered Kapunda players. Yeah, probably a waste.
Brady Griffiths having another shot inside 50. He's kicked 2-2 for the game, and
He's got to be high in Barossa's best.
yeah, not winning so much of his taps because Whistles won all that, but just his ability to go run forward and get on the connections inside 50 has been crucial for Barossa.
Yes, his work rate's been good. Especially since the plum jam that was made earlier.
Yeah, I think he's copped a couple.
Rigney with a really strong tackle there.
Really strong tackle.
That Barossa player was going nowhere.
Not in a hurry anyway.
Fitzner with another ball up. So we see Whistler getting up over the top of Griffiths once again, but the ball going straight to a Barossa player. Fitzner pulling out a free kick there, possibly for abuse.
No, holding on apparently. Holding on.
Again, he must have had the view of that.
Yeah, he did. He pulled out the jumper like to say that you're hanging on to this bloke. Rah, rah. So. Yeah, so he saw something that we didn't see, but he sort of pinpointed pulling the jumper.
And covering a lot of ground, Fitzner. He's really getting in good position. Obviously another free kick given away. This one going the way of Aaron Whistler, I believe. So Whistler now, he's just outside 50. There's no way he's got this in his leg, so he just bangs the ball to the hot spot. Huge pack forms under it. More Barossa players than Kapunda. And the ball just kicked out towards the boundary line. Runs over.
Yeah, last touch. Last touch. This is his last touch.
Yes, so Kapunda
the last possession
now have the kick. Can they find a player who's able to sneak out of view?
I reckon the man who's got it is the Juice, is Andrea.
Yes. And the Juice does like a bit of me time. And he's kicked the point.
So there's the definition between the two here, Teagues. I'll just give you a little bit of facts here, mate. That last possession is a clean possession out, and last touch is even if you drop the mark and it rolls out, it's still class. So there's two rules in this, the last possession and last touch. And we're playing in the Barossa last possession.
Right. That's
a little bit of information for you there.
Good explanation. Thank you, Mr. Green. It isn't easy being green, but the umpires are carrying it well.
No, not easy being. Always turn this over.
Oh, very dangerous kick. Rigney picks it up,
should've.
Goes through like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, and that's holding the ball now.
A player who had no idea what was around him.
No, I think it was the initial Rigney should have gave.
Yes.
He took the tackler on, then put unnecessary pressure on.
Harry Watke, no idea what was going on around him.
No, he didn't.
No voice clearly from his teammates, and just got pounded. This gives Barossa the chance to clear from what could have been a really dangerous position.
over the back. Ooh.
Baraglia just keeps on going.
He does.
If the Energizer Bunny was made of concrete, it'd be a lot like Michael Baraglia.
Just keeps finding, doesn't he?
Yes.
Every year just keeps
Just
fronting up.
Another great tackle there. Just the intensity in this game is exactly what we want to see with footy back. We're all excited. We've been waiting for it. And some of the contested tackling today has just been superb. Oh, and a sloppy tackle there from Kapunda. Oh, young Barossa player, a little bit shaken, but he's going back to take his kick. Might look to handball off to a teammate. No, he's going to drive it forward with his left. Stays in board. No, was out on the full.
Looked like for me, mate, but we've been wrong before today, haven't we?
Speak for yourself. Barossa able to clear now. It was a beautiful little run.
Oh, he's got Reeswick. He's got space. He's got over Bregler. Chance here. Oh, he kicks it off the ground.
Oh, he's taken it. Just wheels
Should
around.
have,
Really
unselfishly,
smart
yeah.
little kick there. Just classy under pressure. But that play started with Hayden Trainer here coming out of defence.
Yeah, Kickle.
Just showed a lot of poise.
Daniel Kickle.
Just the
38.
hips just level to the ground.
Yeah.
Beautiful balance. That's what
Yeah.
the game needs. It's what Kapunda have lacked for much of the game, and it's starting to get desperation time now on the Ray White Craig Moore clock. We are nearly 16 minutes into the final quarter. Currently on the Birds Barossa scoreboard, Barossa District's 9-goal-8, leading Kapunda 6-goal-18.
It's the next one here. Barossa, everyone's calling for it. Willow gives it a bit of an up and under out to the other side wing. Joey Brown, oh, that's a good crumb. Lifts up forward looking for Juicer. Juicer reads it better than
Zan
anyone.
Andrea, the ball
Off
goes
the
over the
ground.
back. He gets his boot to it, and he puts it through for a goal. That's what Zan Andrea does. He loves to turn on the juice. It's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team in real estate.
2 points the difference, 9-8.
2 points the difference.
Yep.
Getting
62.
into the second half of the final quarter here of round one. Players are already starting to hit fatigue now. The wall is definitely going to be approaching them.
You can just see sense there, once again, natural forward ability just to read
Yes,
the play.
and we
Had
see
the-
a sore Kapunda player coming off now,
Haley
and Brad
Jones.
Valentine running deep into the forward line to take his place. He's the kind of player who's going to create in the last minutes of the game. Only needs to take one good mark. Ball up in the middle, favours Griffiths, but Whistler still comes through and negates, and probably, if anything, won the tap. Kapunda players unable to pick the ball up cleanly and strongly tackled. Barossa's tackling intensity, and especially Dew there, was magnificent. Hasn't had a lot of the footy, but his tackling and body pressure has been good. As we see a free kick picked out here, going the way of Barossa Districts.
Yeah, kicking in danger.
Probably something that doesn't get paid enough in the game.
Kicking in danger, yeah. Got to think about the safety of the players.
Young player at halfback, just desperately trying to find someone. Ends up going backwards a little to the outer side.
This is playing into Kapunda's hands. You can
Yes,
see that
they're penned in now.
Yes, they are.
And Kapunda have got a great press going through the middle of the ground.
Yes, they have.
There is nowhere to go. Barossa are just looking to
Behind.
kick in circles now.
Yes.
Taking a risk. And it's going to come off for them. That handball comes to the inside. A lot of pressure here. Kapunda scrapping hard. Ball comes loose. Kapunda able to grab it, but wrapped up straight away.
Andrea finds himself higher up the ground, taking that position out of bounds as the thrower in on the outer side wing there.
But again, that's part of the pressure, is he's come up to make it hard for Barossa to clear the area.
Yeah.
As a coach, you'd encourage that.
What's that?
The play forwards coming up the ground to
Absolutely.
become part of that defensive zone.
Yep, you got to come out the footy too. There's no doubt you got to come out the footy too.
Barossa going forward now.
Oh, they found the dangerous man, and Shillabeer turns his mate inside.
Shillabeer was being held as he went for that kick.
Yeah.
And he's just popped it into the goal square. A strong mark, taken uncontested for Kapunda. They're going to try and clear now.
The B will, Brad Williams.
The super sub coming long. He's playing smart.
Oh, two Barossa boys sending out. Whistle comes through.
A smart decision by Williams there, who's a great operator and a great coach in his own right. Has been instrumental in Kapunda's under-17 revival.
Brandon Jew now. Trainer's got all the time in the world. There's some room to zoom inside 50. You can go to one-on-one.
Turns around,
He's got
goes
his man.
deep.
Oh, goes deep. Who's he found? Once again, this number. That's it. He has
The mystery
kicked.
man at the ground has picked it up.
He's kicked 4.
Has been fantastic.
Anyone who would like to text through to Mike Teagle to find his name will be absolutely fantastic, because that is 4th. He's not on any team sheets that we've been to be.
Josh Whitwer, the superstar from South Gawler, has just got through to be.
Oh.
Stephen Patterson from Kadina over on the York Peninsula.
Right, thank you. Say thank you to
Joshy Whitwer,
Josh
one of our
Whit-
favourite players. Thanks, Josh.
Even
I owe
if-
you another drink.
And can you bring a score in from the Newry and South Gawler, please, Josh, too, please, around the grounds? That'd be fantastic too. So Patterson, was it? Patterson from the York Peninsula.
Stephen Patterson.
Stephen Patterson from the York Peninsula. There you
Patto.
go. There's the mystery man. We've found him now. Thank you.
He's dominating for the Dogs and may have just given them the buffer they need.
4 goals. And he's been influential around the middle as well. So yes, he'll be highly in the Grant Burge.
Gets the
Ray
lead back
White.
out to 8 points.
Real Estate Craigmore 3-2-1. So once again the ball's been thrown up. Bump Rezak. Joey Brown back in there. And
This
Ryan
is
Pratt.
Joey Brown time.
Joey Brown time.
I think Rigney and Brown are going to have to have an
8
influence
points.
here for Kapunda.
Oh, whistles. Oh, that didn't look good. That did not
he's
look
gone
good.
down hard.
That did not look good, boys.
And even the Barossa opponent has gone over to see that he's okay, but he's getting up.
He's getting up.
He looks really sore in that
Oh,
right
on the
leg.
replay, it didn't look too flash either. It's almost a split.
That could be a nasty
Oh.
groin injury for the big fella, who has
Yeah.
had some leg problems in the last few years.
This
And
could be
this
some-
could be the turning point.
Oh,
Barossa,
Rigney, what are you doing? Just snapped it forward.
although, can Kapunda turn this to an advantage?
Yes, but who? Yeah, but he's been so dominant in the ruck.
But now, instead of trying to play to a dominant tap, just try and
Yes,
negate
yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah.
They've been losing the clearances. Oh! Watson jumped early. I don't think he was pushed, but a bit of strong mark taken there for Kapunda.
Who's at ground level? We need the trummers here. Oh,
Oh, Bell jumps on his opponent, who coughs the ball up and coughs up the easiest little goal there from a mistake. Zan Andrea, he won't get many easier than that.
no.
That's another goal brought to you by Ray White Craigmore, the premiership team in real estate, particularly in the northern suburbs.
Must have
But
took up a line behind the line there.
but they will sell real estate to you anywhere.
They go to 7-19 in Trailer Barossa Districts 10-8.
On the Birds Barossa scoreboard here at Williamstown.
7 points of difference. 2 kicks the Kapunda Bombers do.
And the ball
Here's a
comes
chance.
pounded back
Here's
into
a
the
chance.
middle.
Harry Watke now.
Harry Watke with a little bit of class.
Oh, goes
He's
to the
missed,
right.
unfortunately, but that brings it back to 1 goal exactly. 1 kick in it. Could be a handy point. Would have been a handier goal.
7:20.
And again, when Kapunda need it to rain goals, it's drizzling points.
Very good, Teague. You've been on fire today. You've been working over the summer, haven't you?
I've had an entire summer to reflect on how
Oh, he's kicked
average
this
I
out of
was
bounds on
last
the
year.
full.
Oh, that is a huge error. Who was that?
That was man number 5, Brandon Dew.
Brandon Dew, superstar inclusion for the Bombers. Sorry, for the
Never-
Bulldogs. That's
never
a
now.
massive brain fade.
The Mowbray product kicks the ball forward, coming from the Mowbray Hawks. Teacher Gully, was it?
I believe he played his juniors at Tea Tree Gully.
Oh, okay. See, this is the information that we need prior, don't it? Preparation, Teagues.
That's what I'm here for.
We need to find all this out, mate. We have to get a lot better,
I'm
don't
all
we?
over it.
Valentine now kicks it to the
Kicks
left.
another point, so that
7-20.
brings 5 points now, but 7 goals 20 will rarely get it done.
Could get it.
Kapunda, look at this press now. There is a complete flood forward for Kapunda. Have you seen this in recent times?
No, the whole 18 are in the front, 36 are in the front half of Kapunda.
Yes.
Free kick now. They go forward.
Barossa are going to be trying to work out
Good
how
little
they can
shepherd.
turn this.
Joey Brown.
Now coming forward, straight through the hands of the Kapunda player.
Now there's a little bit of choice behind. They're going to make the right decision coming out, and they have.
Barossa clearing.
They
They find
found it.
Brendan
They found
Dew.
it. They found it.
He's got a chance to make up for his previous mistake by keeping a calm head here.
He's gone short here. He's got time. It's not really a time to sacrifice your lead. Time
No.
gone. Oh, we nearly smothered that, Fraser Evans. The ball goes up now. Last thing we want to hear is for Kapunda, who've had all the play in the last 5 or 10 minutes, is Kapunda thrust forward and kick a goal.
Michael Braglia there with another Bulldog tackle. It's just pure fodder.
5 points the difference.
Fitzner with the ball up now. Harry Watke in the ruck for Kapunda.
And six on 6 up in the Kapunda forward line. So there's a lot of numbers around the ball. Barossa only got 3 forwards up.
Ball hacked forward, but Trainer able to kick the ball back.
Well trapped by Trainer.
And Baraglia picks it up.
1-on-1 here. If they win this, they got Griffiths down the back.
Now, here we go. And a ball up. This gives Kapunda a chance to reset. Desperately trying to get players back. Fraser Evans, one of those running back into defence. Neither ruckman able to get a tap. Ball comes to ground.
Jacob Hines. Griffiths was the lonesome inside 40 metres away from his opponent.
He's done that several times.
He has. He has indeed, Teagues.
We weren't sure where he was from. The Kapunda players don't know where he is.
Once again, another ball up.
Umpire Fitzner's arms are going to start getting a bit tired here.
We're diving into seriously time here. And then Rise.
Nearly 27 minutes gone on the Ray White, Craig Moore.
Yes, 27 minutes. Not many
time
goals.
clock.
Not
And
many goals
looks like
scored.
a free kick paid to Kapunda there. Player taken high. Grabs
They're
the
off.
ball, plays on, but
Oh.
gets into trouble.
He does.
Handball
Joey
back.
Brown.
Joey Brown with a long kick. Looking for Valentine, who sets, but it's spoiled from him.
Good pick up.
Barossa are able to move the ball now. 1-on-1 there. Kapunda able to bring it to ground. Shillabeer now wheels onto his right, goes long. And that's the one that could break the Bombers
That's
back. That's the goal they couldn't allow. Damien Shillabeer, that is a massive goal from a big fella. Beautiful, take the ball, wheel on the right at his size. Not many players can do that.
Nah, he's all class. In the front square by Lee Rose as well, that dished out and gave that opportunity to Shillabeer.
So now on the Burge Barossa scoreboard, Barossa go to 11 goal 8 to Kapunda 7 goal 21. So in reality, we're looking at 11 goal 8 to 10 goal 3.
You're spot on there, mate. Well done, Teagues. All that
I'm
schooling
math
education. Yeah, you're that's good.
And there goes the siren. That's the end of the game. Barossa after a nightmare season last year, win their opening round in 2022. That's a great start for the Bulldogs under the stewardship of Eric Kells, their new coach. And a tough loss for a wasteful Bombers team. 7-21 was never going to get it done.
No, 7-21 was never going to get it done, Teagues. And unfortunately, you put a line through the second and third quarter when you kicked 2 goals 7 and 1 goal 6, and then even to come home with 3 goals 6. That's
Absolutely.
an amazing stat. So since quarter time, it was 6 goal 19 to 8 goals 6. So there you go. It was one that you can look back on, and then a waste of opportunities going forward. Not kicking straight. So yeah.
Actually, Stephen Patterson. It's not Stephen Patterson. Josh Witt was just playing a joke on us.
Oh,
Thanks,
was he?
Josh.
Yes. Thank you, Josh.
He just needed a laugh.
Ah.
I'll remember that. Don't you worry. You wouldn't want to make a mistake when we're calling you.
No. I was going to say, isn't he playing today? I think he's got an injury. He broke his hand, I reckon.
Possibly.
Possibly. Has he given us a score in Erie South yet?
No, he hasn't.
Have we got around the ground scores? No,
unfortunately we don't for this stage.
Yeah, so
South were up by a couple of goals, I believe.
Against Newry.
And 3-quarter time at Tanunda. Tanunda 11 goal 10, 76. Leading Angaston 5 goal 6, 36.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
clear margin there for the Magpies at home, which
Absolutely.
is probably to be expected.
Yes, they are.
And
we can call them the Tanunda Double Blues, can we?
That's definitely heading that way. It's becoming a very, very blue area, but to your delight.
A few premiership players amongst that. Really good game of footy here. Obviously, 2 sides trying to field their way, trying to make their mark in the competition this year. One could be third. The Buckets was obviously, his summary of it would be wasteful opportunities going forward.
But a lot of positives for both teams, considering that we wouldn't consider these to be finals hopefuls. Been a lot of positives and a lot of young players finding their way in the game.
Yeah, there was, yes. And
there were no players that looked out of their depth.
No, definitely
and
not.
they all went when it was their turn, and you love to see that from young footballers.
Absolutely. In the 3-2-1 would be very hard to pick would be interesting to see what Fitzner and Prentice do here.
As an umpire, give me your medal votes.
Well, I think 20, definitely Braden Griffiths was amongst it. Lee Roosevelt was very good. 38, Keckle for Barossa was very good. So
but you're going to have to go with your man, number 10.
Yeah, we have to. Once we get his name, and we can find out, someone can tell us the truth, what's going on there. And obviously,
hopefully they get his name for medal night.
We went to the timekeeper's box. We couldn't get that, and then we went to the other box to get it, and then they couldn't give us a thing. So I don't know. We'll just put him down as a mystery man.
International man of mystery.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's us wrapping up for the opening round live stream for 2022. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, Craig, for helping out. We'll see you next week.
Yes, absolutely, mate. Look forward to it.